Good morning, afternoon, evening, fellow disabled Americans and fans of the Facebook page. It is, I think, Sunday, May 15th. This is the first of what may turn into many in a series of videos we're going to put up here on YouTube, on the Facebook page, just to try and express to people, not only in writing, but with a voice behind it, so to speak, what a disabled person goes through as a result of these insurance companies who profit from your pain, whose representatives get financial bonuses off of writing denial letters to you, and as well as a $1 billion company that just has basically stood by and watched. Not a knock at everyone that's been involved. The first question you might have is, why are you hiding your face? As bizarre as it may sound, I do have some loyalty to the company. They hired me not once but twice, looking like I was a leftover from a yard sale. Um, First time was August the 4th, 2005. I felt like I was on cloud nine. Then the next day, I was hit by a drunk driver on 495 North, and well, I didn't start the job. I did wind up coming back in the fall of 2007, and everything in life was good to say the least. It was good to be, after so much time working, active, feeling like a productive human being again, providing to the two little ones in my life, and so on and so forth. I didn't have any kind of special needs, any kind of special restrictions, which is not the case present day, which is, I think, May 15th, 2011. Fast forward a little bit, doing a good job. Computerized metrics are on par. I was a pretty good pickup for the company. Like I said, I may not have been able to run with the speed of Jacoby Ellsbury, but I was able to do a very good job at my job, which I still do. But we'll get into that as this video and other videos go on. Again, at facebook.com/disabled American. Right now, as of this taping, there's 15 parts, so to speak. They read almost like chapters of a book that show you what a person goes through from point A to point B to point C and so on and so forth. Let's go to May 21st, 2008. This was the day my roller coaster ride into hell began. Again, I mentioned I walked the parking lot on my break. I have a bad neck, bad back, and this was the best way for me to stay loose, was to walk. I walked over a poorly installed bootleg plastic yellow speed bump, nuts and bolts breaking out of it. And while I didn't fall, I kind of caught myself with my cane. At that point, I wore a normal man's shoe on my left leg, and on my right foot, I had a large orthopedic boot that looked almost like RoboCop. Um, Expensive boot, 700-800 bucks. Tore right through it, popped. I was in severe pain. I mean, the ankle, the foot. I had to gimp in back to my desk. My coworkers, great people, they tried to help me. Actually, try and tie it back together again with string. So string obviously wasn't going to do the job. My first supervisor, a tremendous man, a great guy. He wanted to help and do everything humanly possible. He offered to take me to the hospital. Coworkers offered to take me to the hospital, but my manager in question said, yeah, it didn't follow company guidelines, so to speak. If anything happened, they would be responsible. So they had to call an ambulance for me. Having enough of ambulance rides in my life, I said, you are not bringing a stretcher into this place. So I hopped up on two or three guys, gimped to the front of the building, and off I went to Melrose Wakefield Hospital. Nothing was broken. So basically, they just left me in my sock. They threw my broken orthopedic boot away, and they said, follow up with a specialist. So about, I don't know, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, I stood on crutches waiting for a ride home. May 22nd, 2008, the next day, went back to work to try and show again that I was a good, worthy employee to the company. That, you know, even though I had these physical issues, that it wasn't going to hold me back, that I could be productive and so on and so forth. It was a very painful day, but I did the day. Friday, May 23rd, 2008, 2 days later, I woke up and I feel like an animal was trying to rip my foot off. I mean, the pain was unreal. The screams that came out of my mouth, they weren't yelling. It was like a primal rage is the only way to describe it. Every time my heart took a beat, pain would shoot from my foot all the way up my leg. I mean, and you know how many times your heart beats in a minute, so just multiply that times the entire day. I couldn't walk, so I had to crawl like a little baby all the way down the hall, go down the stairs on my ass like a little baby again, and get to the front door so someone could pick me up and take me back to Melrose Wakefield Hospital for the second time in 3 days because of this poorly installed bootleg yellow plastic speed bump that my employer found suitable for their landlord combined properties to install. Again, there was nothing broken in my left foot. It was the same thing. Follow up with your foot doctor. Well, again, I couldn't walk. I had no footwear, so it was a trip to Bob's to get a pair of summer sandals. Now, these summer sandals I didn't wear in the summertime. These were worn year round. Still to this day, I wear summer sandals. Let me explain to you what it's like to go out and walk in the wintertime wearing summer sandals when it's snowy, when it's slushy. It is not a positive experience by any stretch of the means. So now, as a result of this incident by my employer's parking lot, broken orthopedic boot, the leg that I wore a regular shoe on now had issues with the foot and the ankle, and I needed to see a foot specialist. Simple process? No. My primary care doctor, another tremendous individual who I'm sure I'm going to be pestering with this video, he had one of the best foot specialists in the Boston area. He wanted me to go and see. There was a bit of a wait for that appointment, and at the same time, they needed to, even though it was a workers' comp issue, they needed backup insurance. I pay for Aetna insurance through my paycheck every other week, but I never received the insurance cards in the mail. I was relatively new, so again, I didn't know how the company really operated at that point. The person we'll refer to as HR rep number one was a complete screw up. I mean, she seemed like a nice lady, but didn't get anything accomplished. She's no longer with the company. And this went on for months and months until I just basically started to feel better and kind of gave up on, well, I don't gave up on it is the right word, but just kind of put it on the back burner. March 2009, again, almost just like the May 23rd of 08 episode. I woke up, I could not walk. I felt like someone was attacking my leg and trying to rip it off. I was back at Melrose Wakefield Hospital again. Another day of my life wasted, nothing broken. You need to see a specialist. Now at this point, I'm starting to get a little bit angrier about it as we're approaching, almost a year now. Since HR, Human Resources at my employer, never explained to me my rights once I got hurt. I was using my vacation time, my holiday time, and so on and so forth for hours I lost for medical issues that Liberty Mutual should have been paid for. Liberty Mutual are the group of assholes that my employer pays for to be the workers' comp insurers, so to speak. I think the only thing they insure is that your blood pressure is going to raise every time you mention their voice. So anyway, I'm in the hospital. I reached out to my first supervisor, again, a tremendous guy. Anything I needed, let him know. And he said we were going to get the insurance card and we're going to get you the appointment. My primary care doctor went out of his way to push for this appointment with the podiatrist, Dr. Doe, in Cambridge, and I was set. May 7th, 2009. I'm off by a day. Early May 2009, we'll say, because I want to have accurate information. If you go to facebook.com/Disabled American, the dates are there and some of the earlier parts and chapters of the story. The day before the appointment, I received a call from Dr. Doe's office. I thought it was just, you have an appointment tomorrow and so on. But no, we received a call from Liberty Mutual, and they are refusing to pay for your appointment. If you do not get this fixed by the end of the day, the appointment you've been waiting for basically a year is not going to happen. So I rushed into work. I emailed my supervisor, manager, and site director. To their credit, they did everything they could to try and help me out. And they got the name of an asshole named Jonelle McDaniel from Liberty Mutual. She was the original claims rep assigned to my case in 2008. Never heard of the woman, never spoke to the woman. I got her number. I called her on the phone, and she told me, you do not exist to Liberty Mutual because on June 1st, 2008, human resource manager told us you were fine and back to work. Well, I was back to work because I was trying to show work ethic, but that didn't mean I didn't have any health issues. Then she went on to claim, well, I called you several times, which is complete bullshit. I sent you numerous letters in the mail, which is complete bullshit, because in the state of Massachusetts, by law, The insurance companies have to send these letters to you certified. Anything that comes from the state, it says it right on the back of the paperwork. This must be sent to the employee via certified mail. So my question is, right off the bat, where are the letters from May of 2008 that she was supposed to send, or supposedly sent? What were the dates and times of these phone calls that she supposedly made? If it was so important for Liberty Mutual to speak to me, if it was so important for the HR manager from where I worked to speak to me, they knew where I worked. Why didn't they try and call me there? Why didn't they try and reach out to my supervisor? Why didn't they try and reach out to my manager? More unanswered questions. I went back to leadership. They gave me more information, tried to call the woman back, Jonelle McDaniel, and she claimed that I have 3 or 4 people on the line with me. I don't have time for this. My supervisor at that point got pissed off and said, you give her my direct phone line, wait at my desk for her to call us back, and that call, unfortunately, never came, which began my highway to hell in the summer of 2009. And I know these videos on YouTube won't let you go too long, so I'm going to end the video portion of this right now. You can continue to read stories about this disabled American adventure all the way up through March of 2011 on the facebook.com/disabled American page. But we're going to keep these videos coming. Anyone out there right now that's going through a similar predicament, it's going to be a challenge. It's going to be difficult. Stay strong. Try and stay patient. Do what you have to do to take care of yourself and take care of your family, because for B and for D, my 2 little rugrats in my life, every ounce of BS I've put up with and fought through is dedicated to you, and I mean that. So until next time, hopefully next Sunday, be well.